Hi everyone and welcome to the Reseller Chris channel. This is video 2 for the channel. Thank you very much for joining us today. So I'm a reseller of gaming chairs. It is my side hustle. It's a side hustle I came across about 2 years ago and has been doing quite well. So we can get anything between £200 to £400 per week. Gaming chairs, anything from ADX, Corsair, Razer, Secret Labs, a good selection of gaming chairs going through my local auction houses at quite low prices that enable me to sell on quite good margins. So let's have a look at what we're going to be going and picking up today. So the first auction lot that I've won today has been this pallet of gaming chairs here. So an assorted lot, so we've got at least 2 ADXs and what looks like a Joyfly. Now I've won this at hand price of £24. Now what you must remember with auctions is it's at least 50% on top for the auction fees and the VAT. So that £24 is really £36 total. Now this could have been delivered, however the delivery price on it is quite high, £75, whereas collecting it does cost absolutely nothing. So I will be going to collect this. I'll be putting all of that into the Tesla later on the Friday. Now, the second and third lot that I've won have been a DPS gaming chair and an ADX Firebase gaming chair. Now, the DPS one I'm sure is only available currently at Costco, whereas the ADX Firebase one is one that is from Currys. Now, this one is quite regularly returned because it is the junior, not the adult one. It's a common mistake by a lot of people, but they think that they'll be able to fit on it. It's a lower price, whereas actually is only really suitable for people up to the age of 14. So, anyway, let's get out to the auction house. So we just arrived at our local auction house and we're going to go in today and we're going to be collecting 5 chairs, 3 in a pallet and 2 in box, all brought for £114. So hopefully we'll get in there and there'll be some really good gaming chairs that we're collecting today. So let's go have a look. So it turns out we've actually done better than expected. In the pallets we've actually got 4 chairs in there, as well as our 2 in box, and the one in box looks pretty brand new, so I'm hoping everything is in there. Now to our pallet we've got a Joyfly and we've got 3 ADX chairs in there as well. So we've got 4 in the pallet, 2 brand new, 6 in total, all to go into the Tesla. Now you're going to be asking, how on earth are you going to get all of that into the Tesla? So I always have a toolbox with me. So all of these are really easy to take apart. They just need the bases taken apart. They're just held in by 4 screws, and usually I just take off the caster wheels as well just to make them fit in nice and easy. So all of that will fit in that Tesla, absolutely no problem. So I've just got the 4 chairs out of the pallet and they are in varied states of condition. So they have got casters off on some of them, armrests with cuts on them, we've got casters missing, we've got a broken side part to the arm, and a combination of arm and casters missing on that one. General condition of them, they're not too bad. These are quite easy fixes. It'll just take about an extra half an hour maybe to put these all right, but not too much of a problem to sort out. So to make these fit in the car, all you need to do is take off the arms on both sides and the chair base. I've already taken the casters off of this one, so that's taking up a little bit of room. These are really easy, you just need an Allen key and they come out nice and easy. Now some of them you'll find that they are missing these, but they're quite easy to replace at your local DIY store. So after about 20 minutes of spannering, we've now got the chairs apart from the pallet. I've got all the bases off. I make sure that all of these are lowered so there's extra room. Make sure that all the chairs are leaning back and then they can be stacked, and then we'll put them into there. So with a little bit of Mr. Beast magic editing, we'll get these into the car. So there we have it, all of the chairs from the pallet now into the trunk of the Tesla. Next up, we've got the 2 boxes to empty in. Now for these, I do strongly recommend, if you can, take out the chairs from the boxes. If your auction house has a recycling facility, use it. These are going to take up a lot of room in your home domestic or recycling waste if you do take these home with you. So strongly advise, take them out and put them into the car separately. So then let's take a look in the first box, the ADX 5S Junior. So opening up, so it's not brand new, it's not got the seals on it, however it does look in good condition and it hasn't been assembled. So that indicates to me that the chair has been returned. So a lot of these chairs do get returned as people don't realise it is the junior chair and go for it thinking it's a cheaper option. Right, if you're going to go for this, make sure it is for a child. If you're an adult, you really do need the adult chair, which will be costing more. So anyway, let's get this into the Tesla. So there we have an empty box and chair number 5 into the trunk. One to go, still got loads of room. So this DPS gaming chair is a new one for me. I believe it is a gaming chair that is only available at Costco. Now, opening it up, it has been opened up, but it does like it has been a return item. We've still got pretty much everything with it, everything in the box. So hopefully it's just an intact chair that's been returned. Anyway, let's get this into the car. So there we have it, all 6 gaming chairs out of the pallets, boxes in the recycling, loads of room left, and if you didn't believe me, still even got the front seat left. So Tesla Model Y, if you're looking for storage space, it's the car to get. At least 6 gaming chairs in. So today then, I got all my gaming chairs from John Pye auction houses in Nottingham. It's been a very hot day, it's been the high 20s here. If you're in America, that'll be high 80s in Fahrenheit. But yeah, if you're wanting to get some gaming chairs for quite cheap, definitely the place to go. You do need to be aware though that a lot of the chairs are going to be broken, they're going to be returned, you don't know what condition they're going to be in. You only get to see 3 or 4 photos of the item if you're lucky on the website. So do be aware and then factor in the cost of the actual auction and any kind of margin you want to actually be taken out of it if you're selling it. Right then, back home. So time to get all of that out of the car. The car's back on charge and get all of it into the workshop, get all of it reassembled and then take some good photos and get it all online ready for sale. Okay, so we've now got everything out of the car and into the workshop, so everything just needs putting together. So let's have a look at how we're going to do that. So I like to just make a little bit of an assembly line of the ones that I need to do. So all of these are just basic ones, putting them back together onto the bases, whereas these ones are a little bit more complicated. I'm going to require a little bit more work. Now what I didn't show you when I was at the auction house, all the wheels I put into a bag, keep them all together, and all of the screws I keep them together in a little takeaway container. This has proven quite useful on multiple occasions, so I've got plenty of spares throughout, got my setup already, got plenty of spare wheels from other pallets, got plenty of chair parts, got plenty of armrests, and got plenty of bases in the corner if I need a new base. So everything's ready to go, everything's ready to start making these back up again. So let's crack on. We're first going to do these 3 ADXs. Now these shouldn't take long to do, they're just the bases that need applying, the arms putting back on, and the wheel casters that need putting back on. So that should be no more than probably about 10 minutes each. Now, before we do anything, want to make sure that we've got gloves on. These have been in storage for quite some time, so they're dusty, they've got dirt on. My hands were black after I got them back. And also, we want to make sure that we've got a drill ready, and that we can start getting things on a lot quicker. You can use an Allen key, however, they will take a bit longer to get everything up and going. Okay, so we've now got our chair set up on our workbench. We've got the chair base in, we've got 4 screws on, ready to go with our drill. We've got the drill bit in. The drill bit that you're needing is a H6 for these screws. If not, then an Allen key will suffice, but a drill will get this done so much quicker. So we've now got the chair base fully fitted in. Always make sure that you have the front pointer going to the front of the chair on these bases. Next up, we're going to put the casters on. So the casters are quite generic. They're about £10 to £15 per new set. So it's always worthwhile keeping spares if you have got them. All we need to do now is fit these into the chair base. All that requires is a firm push, and that's it, done. So we've now got the base on with the caster wheels. Next up is the armrest. So the armrest, again, is just 4 screws into each side. Nice and easy task. Again, we're just going to use a drill to get this done. So putting the armrests on, first we just need to make sure we've got them in the right place. So we want to make sure that the lever switches are on the outside and that we're giving it enough room to go onto the chair so it's not going to get caught on the table here. And there we have our first functional chair. So as you can see, complete, no defects to it, no damage, all nice and working. One thing I should have mentioned before we actually put the base on is just to check the actual pressure in the gas canister. So if we press it, will it go up? In this case, yes it does. So if the gas canister was not going to be working, we will have to look at getting a replacement and swapping it in for it. The next job that we've got to do then is make it clean. As you can see, I'm still wearing gloves. These are filthy. They just need to be wiped down and made sure that they're good for someone to come and collect. So just giving this one a clean down, and as you can see, it is filthy. So looking all good now. Now on to the next 2, rinse and repeat, same again. So probably 15-20 minutes at most per chair. And then in no time at all, we've got 2 of them. On to the third. And there's the third one complete. So all up and ready now. This one, the third one, only has the issue on the armrest where we need to stitch that up and tape it. But other than that, it's all looking good. So 3 of them will be going onto the marketplace tomorrow. And these 3 we'll sort out in the morning. Time's getting on a bit now, so we'll join the video back in the morning. So we're back at it now for day 2. The weather has changed significantly. It's absolutely throwing it down this morning. So we're now going to crack on and get on with the remaining 3. So we've got an ADX Junior, we've got the one from Costco, and the Joyfly to do. Although I've been having to think about the Joyfly, and it looks like it might be a little bit too broken. I might have to use that one purely for spares. Anyway, let's get on with it. So we're starting with the Costco one. This is the DPS gaming chair. I've just had a quick look at how to put this together. There was no manual involved in the actual box. So how this goes together is at the bottom of the seat backing connects to the underbase. It's a little bit unusual, but nothing we can't handle. So most chairs that they do come in a standard format, but this one's just a little bit different, so not a problem to do. So I've just had a quick look again at doing this, and it will make more sense to build the base up first and then add on the seat to that bit, and then have the back seat put on to this part, and then add on the armrest to the underneath of the chair base seat. So might be a little bit longer to do, but looks the easiest way to do it. So I've just got the back fitted, so the back fits on to the chair base like that. However, I've just discovered that we don't have enough screws for the arms to go on, so there should be 3 for each arm. But fortunately, we have a good amount of spares from other chairs, from other pallets that we've been to in the past, so not too much of an issue. Always worth keeping the spares. So there we have our Costco DPS gaming chair. All done, no problems with it, so no faults. Apart from the few screws that were missing, but that wasn't too much of an issue. Now, all cleaned and ready to join the others ready for sale. On to the next one, we'll do the ADX Firebase Junior. Okay, so moving on to the ADX Firebase Junior. So this one looks pretty much brand new in the box. There were a few plastic covers missing, but I don't think this one's actually been put together. So we've still got all the screws intact in their little case there. The wheels for the base are still in their cardboard. So I really think this is brand new, just missing some of the plastic. So worked out for us, brand new chair. So hopefully this will go together nice and easy. So the first step for the ADX Firebase Junior is putting on the back of the seat. So to do this, we just need to add in this part here. So just 2 screws on each side, and then the plastic casings, which are held in by 1 screw in that part there. So quite simple to get started. Okay, so we've now got the covers on over those bolts, and next we're going to be doing the arms. So the arms just go on to the seat base, where they get fitted on with 4 bolts on both sides. So simple job again. This is probably the better way of doing it rather than putting the chair base on first. Otherwise you're going to have difficulty getting around with the Allen key or drill. Okay, so now we've got the arms on. That was a really quick and easy job. Next up, we're going to put the base on. So the base is just going to be 4 screws into the seat base. To do this, we're needing a H6 and a H5. So there's 2 different screw types for this. So just be aware when you're switching between the 2. Right, so we've got the base on. Whenever we're doing this, always remember, make sure front is going to the front of the chair. Also, a good little thing on here is that they put the date stamp on as to when this was made. So we can see here this was made on the December of 2023. So this chair is not too old. It's been in box now for about 7 months. So next up, we're going to put on the spindles and the casters. That'll take about 2 minutes, not a problem. Okay, and there we have the ADX Firebase Junior. So just for size comparison, that is the adult one next to it. So the weight limit on the ADX Junior is 100 kilos, or up to the age of 14. So it is quite a capable chair. It is not too different from the adult one, but as an adult, you really do need to have the adult one. And finally onto the Joyfly. Now unfortunately I'm not going to be able to progress with this one for the time being, as the arm which connects the back of the seat to the seat base is broken. Plastic's once broken, you can't really do anything about that. And unfortunately I don't have a spare one of these at the moment, so this is going to have to go into my spares pile for the time being. The seat base, however, I can use that. That's in good condition. Use the wheels. So I can use parts of this for future builds if I don't get another armrest to fix this one in the time being. So into the spares pile this one goes. So there we have all 5 of these now made up. Now it's time to get over to marketing and selling them. So RRP on these at the moment are 200 a piece. The one from Costco is at 210. And the ADX Junior is at 100 at the moment. So we're looking at a grand total of £900 RRP, or MSRP if you're in the US. However, these on the second-hand market, they do sell well, but they've got to be priced right. So you're looking probably 30%, 40% at the absolute most of the RRP or MSRP. But that should net us a good little healthy margin, and we'll figure this all out in a moment. So, come back inside and had a quick look online just to see what those chairs are going for on Facebook Marketplace. I do find that Facebook Marketplace is the best place to put the chairs on for sale. I have tried other places such as Gumtree, Pre-Love, Vinted. The sites, they do get the views, but they don't get the sales, and they do end up getting a lot of people asking if you can post them, and then you end up having to spend a lot on delivery fees. Your margin absolutely gets wiped out through those sites. Whereas with Facebook Market, you do get a lot of people who are able to go and collect the item, or they'll ask for a local delivery, which is fine. They end up paying a little bit more for that delivery price. But anyway, we're looking at about £65 per chair for the ADX adult one. So that brings in £195 for those 3. For the junior one, we're looking about £60, and for the one from Costco, we're looking about £70. So £325 in total, but then we've got to deduct the auction fees of £114. So we're looking at a total of £211 profit. However, that could go up or down. There's a lot of negotiation that happens on Facebook Marketplace. So I'll be looking hopefully for a target profit of around £200. Now obviously this is something that can fluctuate, and it's really dependent on the chairs going through the auction houses. I do get Razors, Predators, Corsairs, Secret Labs going through there quite a lot. At the moment I haven't seen them, but we'll have to keep a lookout for them. They do go for a much higher price when you do sell them. However, they also do cost more going through the auction. They're quite more popular. They're a more desirable brand to have. People will buy them from the auction houses for personal use. So yeah, this can be quite a profitable side hustle. If it is something that you're interested in doing, then have a look at what is around you in your local auction houses. A lot of auction houses now, they're all online, so have a look around, see what you've got locally to you. I strongly recommend going and collecting the items that you win. The delivery fees from the auction houses are very high on these larger items, such as the gaming chairs. However, they do go for quite a low price a lot of the time, and there is a good profit margin within it. If you do this on a weekly basis, it could become quite a good side hustle to be doing. So yeah, if you like what you've seen today, please do subscribe, please like, and please leave a comment. If you want any more of these videos doing, then I'll be more than happy to do them. And hopefully we get some pallets with a variety of chairs going through. So in the last few weeks it's been primarily ADX, but hopefully we start to see some better brands coming through and be able to do some videos on different brands. Until the next time, goodbye, and thank you for joining us today.